YouTube. Back at it again with another one, family. It's that crabmeat episode. Stick around. Now to kick this off, we begin to build our cheese sauce. Now for every teaspoon of butter that you use an equal amount of flour, right? So if we go 2 teaspoons like we just did, we use 2 teaspoons of flour. Now after we add our flour and we cook the rawness out, that's what we're doing. We're building our roux with this cheese sauce. We begin to add in milk gradually, right? And then we whisk that, just small amounts that's, just about a 1/4 cup at a time. Then we whisk it in until everything is smooth. Then we can begin to add our flavors. Now once we cooked out the flour and everything in its base mixture is smooth, as you can see on the fork, we go in and we add our seasonings and our cheeses, right? Now I only added a pinch of flour to this because I'm making a cheese sauce for mac and cheese and not like a cheese sauce for like tacos, as you've seen in my Taco Tuesday episode, the trio. Go check that out also. But we just add in our cheeses gradually until the sauce begins to thicken. So we went in with some Monterey Jack initially, and now we're coming in with some mozzarella. Because I like white cheeses, you can use any cheese you want, right? But ultimately, the thing about this particular cheese sauce, I don't make it as thick as other sauces because this actually does have to cook, and it has to cook the noodles and everything else like that. So as the video goes on, you'll see. But like I said, we gradually add in our cheeses, and then we begin to consistently whisk to make sure nothing burns, nothing sticks, because you don't want to ruin your cheese sauce, right? Now here we go in with some organic sharp cheddar, white cheddar by the way, which is just as good as mild cheddar or sharp cheddar for me. So it's up to you guys ultimately, but this is like basically a white base kind of cheese sauce. Not a bechamel, but along those lines almost. Now here we have our lump crab meat that we're gonna add to this. There's 4 1/4 ounces, and we have 2 of these, so 8 1/2 ounces of crab meat, right? Now to this, all we do is just add a few simple ingredients, just some crushed red pepper flakes and some oregano, right? Just to season it, and then we mix this in very well because, we wanna have this seasoned thoroughly. I chose the oregano because it helps bring out the sweetness in the crab, so you can use anything you want. This is just my take on it. Now here we have our 13x9 baking dish, ceramic. Into this we add our previously cooked noodles. These are pasta shells, right? And I use shells because they catch more of the sauce. Like I was saying earlier, when you actually have a thicker sauce, it won't cover as much of the shells, right? If you use a plain macaroni, that'd be fine. But with the shells, I like them because they catch more of the ingredients. So every bite you take, if you do this the right way, you can have a bite of all of these different ingredients. So as far as the preparation for the pasta goes, we just actually, if the cooking directions say we go 9 minutes, we cook it for 7. And we leave the consistency of the cheese sauce a little bit looser and not as thick as a regular kind of cheese sauce for like dipping or anything like that, because we want to finish the actual pasta with the sauce, right? It's like when you overcook pasta, and then say if you try to reheat it the next day in a microwave or something like that, and it doesn't stand up because the noodles are weak, right? They have no real integrity because they've been cooked to oblivion, basically. So we just try to cook it a little bit before the done time, and then this helps in like the day after if you're anticipating eating it the next day, right? So we just add in our cheese sauce, and we just make sure all of these shells catch as much of the cheese sauce as possible. And then we just blend everything in, mix it, incorporate it thoroughly, and then with the back of our spoon, we just make sure everything is even in the pot, in the dish. And from this point on, we just go on to add our top layer of cheeses, which is the Monterey Jack again. And then we also add some Parmesan. And this is a two-step baking process. So after we've covered it with our cheeses that we desired, then we put it in the oven, preheated oven, at 375 for about 20 minutes with aluminum on the top of it, just to cover it. Then after the 20 minutes is up, take it out, take the aluminum off, put it right back in the same 375 degree oven, and then let it bake with the top off for another half hour or so. And then everything gets magical. So here we have it, folks. This is the end result. Crab mac and cheese. Very simple, very easy. Thanks for coming in, tapping in with me. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Till next time, bless.